had been married for 5 years, but the biggest pain of my life was that I could not become a mother. I could tolerate the world's comments, but the words spoken inside my own home, they pierced deeper than anything else. My in-laws taunted me every single day. Every house has children's laughter, except yours. But the worst pain came when my own husband's silence started breaking me from the inside. In the beginning, he supported me. He took me to doctors, gave me hope, held my hand. But over time, his eyes changed, his tone became cold, and hatred began to appear on his face. I didn't need anyone to tell me. My husband was slowly drifting away from me. One night we had a terrible fight. I only said, "I feel pain too. I am not childless by choice." But he exploded. "Every woman can become a mother. You're the only useless one here. With you, this family will never grow." Those words still echo in my ears. That night, he threw me out of the house. When I tried to pack my things, he said, "You have no right to live in a house where you never brought a child into this world." My in-laws stood with him. Nobody asked where I would go, how I would survive, or if I even had anywhere to sleep. I walked out of that house alone in the darkness of night. I had no money, no support, only a small bag and a heart full of pain. For the next few days, I lived at the railway station. I slept on benches, sometimes on the cold floor. People looked at me with pity. But inside me, something was slowly dying. Then one day, I collapsed. My vision blurred, my legs gave up. A stranger took me to the hospital. The doctor's words made my heart tremble. "Congratulations, you are pregnant." I was stunned. 5 years of treatments, failures, tears, and now this? After I had already lost everything? I couldn't decide whether to cry or laugh. I asked the doctor, "Is this child my husband's?" "Yes," he said. "Absolutely." That night, for the first time in months, I looked up and thanked God. Maybe this was the turning point of my life. When I was discharged, I made a decision. I would not return to the man who threw me away. I didn't know how I'd work during pregnancy, how I'd earn, how I'd survive, but I wanted to live for my child. I moved to a small city where people offered me work as a maid. I mopped floors, washed dishes, cleaned clothes. Working while pregnant was painful, exhausting, but I never gave up. I saved every single rupee, rented a tiny room, and 8 months later, God blessed me with twins, a boy and a girl. When I held them, all my suffering disappeared. But another feeling pierced me. Their father wasn't there. He didn't even know they existed. 3 years later, I made the biggest decision of my life. My children deserved their rights. They deserved to know the truth. And I deserved closure. I returned to my old city. When I reached my in-laws' door, I heard laughter and celebration inside, some kind of party. The door opened and there she was, my husband's new wife. Yes, he had remarried just 3 months after throwing me out. She looked at me from head to toe and smirked. "You? I thought you were dead." My husband appeared behind her. At first, he didn't recognize me, but when his eyes fell on the twins beside me, his face turned pale. He stepped forward and stuttered. "Tidi's these children who how?" I quietly said, "The woman you called useless, the woman you threw away, came back today as the mother of your children." Silence filled the entire house. My in-laws' eyes widened. Guests stared at us in disbelief. His new wife's face twisted with jealousy and rage. My husband walked toward me slowly, his voice shaking. "You hid this from me? These are my blood." I replied, "The day you threw me out, you said you wanted nothing to do with me. Today you suddenly remember your blood?" He began to cry, actually cry, begging me to forgive him. But tears couldn't erase the years of humiliation. Relatives started shouting at him. "Do you treat wives like replaceable objects? You threw her away like trash just because she didn't conceive. You should be ashamed." I knew then. I didn't need this man. I didn't need this family. I didn't need anyone who abandoned me at my lowest. I picked up my twins and walked away. Behind me, my husband screamed, "Please don't go. I'm your husband. I'm their father." But his voice faded behind me, just like his love had faded long ago. Today, I live peacefully with my children. I tell them, "You are not my weakness. You are my strength." God took his time. but he gave me the greatest gift of my life. And the biggest lesson I learned? A woman's tears are never wasted. Sometimes those tears rewrite her entire destiny. Life after that day was not easy, but it was mine. Every morning, I woke up to the gentle sounds of my twins' laughter and the warmth of their tiny hands reaching for me. Those moments made all the hardships worthwhile. I focused on creating a home filled with love, hope, and resilience, things my children deserved more than anything. I found strength in the smallest victories. The first time my son took his first step, the first word my daughter spoke, the first time they called me mom. Those moments healed wounds I thought would never mend. I realized that motherhood was not just about biology or acceptance from others. It was about love, sacrifice, and courage. Over time, I rebuilt my life from the ground up. I took on new jobs, learned new skills, and saved every penny for my children's future. The city that once felt cold and indifferent slowly became a place of possibility. I made friends who believed in me, who cheered me on, and who became my new family. My ex-husband's calls and messages came less and less, fading into silence like the man he once was to me. I never answered. Forgiveness was not about letting him back into my life. It was about freeing myself from the bitterness that threatened to consume me. I learned to love myself again, to trust my instincts, and to stand tall even when the world seemed heavy. The twins grew into bright, joyful children, curious about the world and unburdened by the pain of the past. I told them stories of strength, not to make them sad, but to teach them that no matter what life throws at you, you can rise. I told them, "You are the greatest miracles of my life, and your love saved me." Years later, I walked past that old neighborhood where I had once been cast aside. The same walls that heard cruel words now seemed distant memories. I smiled softly, knowing I had outgrown the pain, and found peace within myself. My journey taught me that a woman's worth is never defined by her circumstances or the judgments of others. It is written in her resilience, her love, and her unbreakable spirit. I became more than a victim. I became a survivor, a mother, and a woman who reclaimed her destiny. And as I watched my twins play in the sunlight, their laughter echoing through the small home we built together, I knew deep in my heart, no matter how dark the night, dawn always comes. And sometimes, it brings with it a new beginning, a chance to rewrite your story, to rise from the ashes, and to live a life filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities.